Hi everybody, this is Scott Sharp with Fretboard Toolbox, and today we're going to look at 10 country and bluegrass strumming patterns from a new free tool I've got out. So let's take a look and I'll show you how it works. If you go to the Fretboard Toolbox website and go to Free Tools and click on Strumming Patterns, then this will pop up. And today we're going to be using these 10 country and bluegrass strumming patterns. I've got patterns for finger picking and folk and pop and introduction to strumming. Today we're going to do the country bluegrass. If you want to download all of them, just click on here or here and you can get all of those and take a look. But let's take a look at the country ones and see how those work. Okay, so on the 10 country patterns, this is in 4/4 time, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, or 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, and we're going to be hitting bass notes on the 1 and 3, and we're going to be, these down arrows are going to be down strums. And then if you see up arrows here, those are going to be up strums. And anytime you see the and sign, that's a rest. But we're going to keep our hands moving during the rest. And I'll show you how that works here. So let's get started with the very first pattern. This is a pattern I use all the time when songs are really fast, and I'm not a super fast drummer, so I need to use this one a lot. This is just note down, note down. So we're playing in the key of G today. We're going to be using, let's look at the essential book here real quick. We're playing in the key of G major, and when I'm playing the bass notes on a G chord, I'm going to be hitting a G note and then either a B or D note for the next bass note. So note strum, note strum, note strum, note strum, and that'll make more sense in a second here. So for the G major, I'm going to play G. Here's my G major chord. I'm going to play G strum, D strum, G strum, D strum, and that looks like this. Note, G strum, D strum, note strum, note strum, note strum, note strum. And then if I want to go to the C chord, on a C chord I'm going to play my C note for the bass, and then I'm going to play either an E or a G for the alternate bass note. So on the C chord I'm going to use this. Here's my C major here. I'm going to play this C, and then I could use this E or this G or this G to play the other bass note. So C strum, G strum, C strum. Well, I picked the hardest one first. Let's do an easy one first. C, E, C, E, C, E, C, or C, G. Or I could go C, G, C, G, C, G, C, G. Okay? And by knowing which notes you're trying to hit and hitting those root notes first, and then either what's called a third or a fifth in C, the third note's an E, the fifth is a G, that'll give you some nicer sounds. So mainly we're going to focus on the G and C chords here just to get these patterns down. So again, that first one is note, note, strum, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So notice I'm hitting those on the 1 and 3s. I'm hitting a bass note. And then the way I set these up is that if you can play this line, then every next line only has one difference. Okay, so here we're going to play note, down, up. Okay, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, okay, and let's play that as slow as I can here. G, D. On the up, it's not important to play every string, like you can, but you can also just play a few of them. Now we'll go to a C chord. Okay, so that's note, down, up. Okay, the third one is note, down, note, down, note up, down, up. Okay, and so on that one we're going to go note, down, note up, down, up. Notice how my right hand keeps moving down and up the whole time. No matter which notes I'm skipping, I'm still keeping that hand moving. And that's a really critical thing to do. You just keep this hand moving like a metronome. So down. Now let's go to a C chord. Okay, that's the note down, note up, down, up. Now the fourth pattern here is note, down, up, down, up. Let's try to say it again. Note, down, up, down, up. Okay, note, down, up, down, up. Sometimes it helps me to mute the strings and get the pattern down first. Okay, let's hear it played slowly here. Note, down, up, down, up. So this is going to take a lot of time if you haven't practiced these things before, because it's really tough to keep this hand moving and to alternate your bass notes. But the cool thing about the country sounds is when you get this note, down, up, but you get a lot of freight train kind of sounds, and that's a real basis of the country sound is bum, chicka-dum, chicka-bum, chicka-dum, chicka-dum, chicka-dum. So you get that sound of a train going. And then all these other variations I'm doing are just adding some different flavor and highlighting some different notes. So one more time, note, down, up, down, up is note, down, up, note, down, up, down, up. Okay, let's go ahead to the fourth pattern, or the fifth pattern here. And anytime that you need to stop and rewind, when I watch people's YouTube videos, I'm rewinding all the time and just playing little chunks and practicing the little chunks until I can get them all down. Now this fifth one is just like the fourth, except we take out this up. Okay, so this is going to be note, down, up, note, down, up. Okay, so note, down, up, note, down, up, note, down, up, note, down, up. This one has a really nice railroad rhythm. Boom, checka, boom, checka, boom, checka, boom, checka, boom. All right, so that's the boom chukka, number 5. Number 6 is note, down, up, note, down, note, down, up, note, down. So let's try that one. Note, down, up, note, down, note. Note, down, up, note, down. Note, down, up, note, down. All right, I couldn't help but go to the D chord, which is the 5 chord in the key of G, and that's the chord that makes you want to go back here. Same kind of thing over the D. I'm going to hit the D root bass note, and then either the F sharp or the A, usually an A for a D chord, because I'm hitting this D note for my bass on a D, and then I could hit this A or I could hit this A real easy. Okay, so here's my D major chord, little triangle here, and then either this A or this A for my bass. That's with the lower bass. Okay, so I'm alternating the A notes there over the D chord. Lots of different ways you can do it, and it's fun to play around with them. And then let's look at the next pattern, which is pattern 7 here, which is note, down, up, note, up, down. Okay, note, down, up, note, up, down. Let's try that one. Note, down, up, note, up, down. Notice how my right hand keeps moving this whole time. That's really important. Down, up, note, up, down, note, down, up, note, up, down. All right, then let's look at pattern 8, which is note, up, note, up, down. Okay, so this almost has every note in it except we're skipping the last and here. Okay, so note, up, down, note, up, down. Note, up, down, note, up, down. Note, up, down, note, up, down. All right, then let's look at pattern 9. And this one is note, up, note, down. So we're going to skip the 3 and the 4 and here, these 2 ands. Note, up, note, down. Da 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 dun dun da 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 dun dun. Let's try that. Da 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 dun. Note, up, note, down. Note, up, note, down. All right, that's pattern 9, and then the last one here is note, up, note, down, up. Okay, so just like 9, but we're adding this last and. Da 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 dun da 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 dun da da. Note, up, note, down, up. Okay, let's try that. To the C chord. And that's those 10 patterns there. So the main thing is, if you want to play country style music, get this note down kind of thing going, and figure out some different ways to add some flavor to it and mix it up so you're not strumming the same thing every time. You can mix and match the patterns. But if something's going too fast for you, try pattern 1. That's a safe place to start. So if you want to pick up your own Fretboard Toolbox or learn more or play along with jam tracks, go to the Fretboard Toolbox website. And if you want to practice strumming along with those songs, you can go to Tracks and Tab, click on 200 free jam tracks, and click on the key of G tracks. And I was playing G, C, and D today. You can play through all of these kind of tracks using those same kind of patterns, and which is what I used with them, and practice strumming along. If you want to take a look at the toolbox I was using, the Essential Edition, you can go pick your instrument. I got books set up just the same for all sorts of instruments. Today we were using guitar, and today we were using the Essential Edition. You can click look inside to download a 3rd or 4th of the book for free, and see what that book's all about. There's a complete edition that has some more information in it and not as much color, but if you want to see the difference between those two, click here to compare those editions. Or if you want to compare the difference between the various ebook and print versions, you can go click right here, and that should give you enough to work on for a while. So I hope you found something useful today, and I'll have lots more videos coming on lots more instruments. Thanks for taking a look.